Welcome to the presentation of the live dashboard created by group number 2, System Offline. We used Power BI and Excel to create this live dashboard with both a mobile and a desktop version. The desktop version will give users a more detailed overview as more functionalities are available, whereas the mobile version allows the user to view the dashboard on the move to see a quick summary of the metrics. A blue color scheme was chosen for the dashboard as it does not have any connotations such as red for being worrying and green for things are going well. A common theme is used throughout the similar fonts, design, and colors so that the user is comfortable navigating through the dashboard. And from a design perspective, the dashboard is more cohesive. The dashboard is also divided into sections. The first desktop view will be explained, and then the mobile version will be explained for that section. There are 4 sections that the user can navigate to. These sections are Home, Warehouse, Retail, and lastly, Online. The navigation panel is conveniently located at the top of the screen. It is also labeled to ensure that the user will know which button to press. The Home button is grayed out so that the user knows they are in the Home section. The buttons of the available sections are not grayed out so that the user knows what section they can choose to view next. To change the section, the user can simply click the button and they will be taken to that section. If the user tries to click on the section they are currently in, nothing will happen. This dashboard is also live. By clicking the Refresh Data button, the latest data will be included in the dashboard. Observe how the dashboard changes once this button is clicked. This section displays the elements associated with the Home section. There is a drop-down menu so that the user can choose a specific date they would like to focus on. If no date is selected, the average of the month is shown. The user can also hover over the data points on the graphs to see the exact value at that point. There are cards displaying the average packet losses and average network outages. There is a line graph showing the trend of jitter and latency over time. The pie chart shows the percentage of uptime and downtime experienced. There is also a thermometer to show the server room temperature. It has varying colors associated with the scales so that the user will know if this temperature is worrying or not. The keys explains the colors. There is a mean time to repair table to track the progress of incidents. The mobile version also has the same 4 sections with a similar layout. There is a navigation bar at the top of the screen for users to navigate through these sections, the same as they would use in the desktop dashboard. The only difference is that it is meant for a touch screen. The mobile version of this dashboard has smaller text and graphics so it can fit the screen. The date remains in a drop-down form. As the user scrolls down the phone, they will see the rest of the dashboard. The mobile dashboard was designed this way to utilize the vertical space efficiently. The table is not able to be viewed as a whole, but there are navigation bars so that the user can see the rest of the columns. Unlike in the desktop version, the mobile version does not have the ability for the user to hover over data points to get a more detailed view. Clicking on the Warehouse button takes the user to the Warehouse section of the dashboard.
The Warehouse section contains a stacked bar chart to represent the utilization of each warehouse. There is a map where the order processing time for each location is presented. Users can zoom in and out using the zoom buttons, and they can drag the image to see the rest of the map. There is a clustered bar chart to compare different supplier matrix and a bar chart to compare the network speed of different warehouses. What is also useful about this setup is that when the user clicks on the warehouse ID or location on the map, all corresponding warehouse information is highlighted on all the graphs. Observing this page, the user will see that each graphic is outlined, has a heading, key, title, and access titles so that the user can interpret each graphic correctly. Another thing to notice is the two I buttons. When clicked, these I buttons will give more detailed information related to the specific topic presented in that graphic. Clicking on the first I button will take the user to the page about warehouse utilization. In this page, the user can choose a specific warehouse to look at from the drop-down menu. This will alter the data shown in the bar graph about inventory levels. The other graph is not affected as this shows the average scanner speed of each warehouse. At the bottom of the page, there is a back arrow that the user can click on to be taken to the main warehouse page. If the user would like to navigate to a different section, they may still make use of the navigation panel at the top of the screen. I chose to navigate back to the main warehouse page. By clicking on the second I button, the user will be taken to a detailed breakdown of order processing times. On this page, a detailed overview of the order processing time can be seen with a breakdown of all the factors that go into the final time. Some of the text in the key is not visible, but the user can hover over the key and the full title will appear. Switching to the mobile version of this section, it can be seen that a similar style was used with the introduction of sliding zoom bars so that the user can still read the graphics properly despite the smaller screen of the mobile device. There's also a key present for the map to show that the data from each region, as there is no option to hover over and view each data point. The I buttons work the same as in the desktop version. Pressing the first I button will take the user to the detailed view of the order processing. Here, the user can see the same graph as before, but with zoom bars to view the data more clearly. If the user scrolls down their phone, they will see a back button which can be clicked to navigate back to the main warehouse page. If the second I button is clicked, the user will be taken to a detailed view of inventory. Here are the same graphs as before, but with the zoom button to view the data more clearly. Similarly, if the user scrolls down, they will find a back button to take them back to the main warehouse page. If the user wants to navigate to any other section, the navigation bar will always be active.
The next section to be explored is retail. Here, a drop-down of the store ID will be available. If a specific store ID is chosen, the dashboard will reflect the data for that specific store. If no store ID is chosen, then an average will be provided of all the stores. In this section, a stacked bar chart shows the utilization of POS devices. There are also cards reflecting inventory on hand and revenue. There is also a customer satisfaction gauge. This is a score out of 10, and the goal set is currently 8. On the cards, there are I buttons, which can be clicked to reveal more information on inventory and revenue. When the I button for inventory is clicked, the user will see this screen. Here, there is a table showing low stock alerts. If the stock level reaches the threshold amount, an alert will be sent. It is bright orange as this is an urgent matter. There is a drop-down menu for year. This shows historical data from 2021 and 2022, current data from 2023, and even predicted data for 2024. This drop-down menu affects the bar charts on the screen as the data correlates to the year. The graphs show the average out-of-stock rate by store, slow-moving stock by store, and the top-selling item by store. The graphs on the right have drill-down capabilities so the actual quantity and name of the product can be identified. This feature enables the graph to look clean and less cluttered whilst allowing the user to have all the facts they need. The back button will take the user back to the main retail page, and as always, the navigation pane is always enabled. When the I button for revenue is clicked, the user will see this screen. Here, the user may choose a specific store ID from the drop-down. The graphs and even table will reflect data correlating to that store. There is a pie chart which shows the customer segment per store snapshot, and the average revenue and foot count over time. The back button will take the user back to the main retail page when clicked. This is how the retail page looks like in the mobile version. The main difference is the presence of the zoom bars. When the user clicks the first I button, they will be taken to the inventory page. When the user clicks the second I button, they will be taken to the revenue page. The difference between these views is the presence of the zoom bars. Here is the final section the user can navigate to. Let's refresh the dashboard again to see if there are updates. As you can see, the dashboard is updated to reflect these changes. The online section contains a drop-down list for years which will affect a few graphics. The years are from 2021 and 2022, current data from 2023, and even predicted data for 2024. There is a line chart showing visitors by month and a funnel visualization showing how users are converted. There is a card displaying the average bounce rate and a gauge showing site capacity. There is a warning shown in red to indicate that the number of users is exceeding the optimum site capacity. There is also a stacked bar graph which shows the time to first byte for users. This graph has zoom sliders to make reading the data easier. There is an I button on the site visitors by month graph. When this button is clicked, the user will be able to see more detailed information about the users. The user will see this screen once they click on the I button. Here, there is a drop-down menu for years, and this will alter the data shown for the number of users per province. This map is multicolored to uniquely identify each data point over the 4 years. Like all maps in the desktop view, the user may hover over the area of interest to see the data. They may also make use of the zoom buttons to view the map in more detail. There is a bar chart showing the breakdown of the number of devices used, and a clustered bar graph which shows the comparison of the performance of the different product categories. There is a back arrow present, and when clicked, the user will be able to view the main online section. This mobile view is similar to the desktop view with the addition of zoom sliders for the site visitors by month. On clicking the I button, the user can learn more about the site users. The user will be taken to this page, which is similar to the desktop view, but the map has a key to display the data points. The graphs have vertical zoom sliders to make reading the graphs easier. The back button will take the user to the main online page when clicked.